Hey guys, welcome back to Matinee. Today, we're diving into Clint Eastwood's latest and maybe final film, Juror number 2. This is a 2024 legal drama directed and co-produced by the legend himself, Clint Eastwood, at the age of 93. I mean, that alone is incredible. The man has been a force in Hollywood for decades, and while this isn't a flashy swan song, it's a thought-provoking story that kept me hooked throughout. So, let's talk about it. The movie follows Justin Kemp, played by Nicholas Hoult, a recovering alcoholic and journalist called for jury duty in a high-profile murder case. The trial revolves around the death of a woman whose abusive boyfriend stands accused. But as Justin listens to the testimony, he begins to suspect that he might have been the one responsible for her death after a near relapse a year earlier. What follows is less a straightforward legal thriller and more a moral puzzle that forces Justin and the audience to grapple with questions of guilt, justice, and self-preservation. Don't worry, no spoilers here. But trust me, the tension builds as Justin tries to navigate this impossible situation. So first, let's talk about the man behind the camera. Clint Eastwood's direction here is humble. At 93, he still has a clear vision, though his style feels more simplified than his earlier works. It's not groundbreaking, but it gets the job done. The pacing is mostly steady, though there are a few moments where it drags. But honestly, I'm disappointed how Juror number 2 was marketed and distributed. It deserved a wide theatrical release, yet it feels like Warner Brothers just dropped it on Max without any fanfare. I mean, the only trailer that I saw for this movie was on the streaming service itself. And I live in a big city, but forget finding it in a theater near me. For a director of Eastwood's caliber, this deserved more respect. And yeah, sure, the movie might be better off viewed at home, but you gotta show the legend some love. Okay, back to the movie. So Nicholas Hoult is definitely the standout here. His performance as Justin is layered, tense, and deeply human. You really feel his inner turmoil as the guilt eats away at him, even when the evidence is murky. I mean, we don't know for sure that he hit the woman, and we don't know for sure that he hit a deer. Proving either one would be a difficult task. And Toni Collette brings her usual sharpness as an ambitious DA, while Chris Messina as the overworked public defender is also solid. The supporting cast, including J.K. Simmons and Cedric Yarbrough, adds depth, though some of the other jurors could have used some stronger dialogue to make them a little more compelling. And there could have been some really good back and forths in that jury deliberation room, but at times it kind of just ended abruptly. Just as their conversation was getting good, they'd end up getting dismissed for the day. And we don't really spend much time with anyone outside of Nicholas Hoult, so guys like J.K. Simmons and definitely Kiefer Sutherland are greatly underutilized. But either way, it's still nice to see them on the big screen. So Juror number 2 is engaging, and it raises some fascinating moral questions. Like, what would you do in Justin's shoes? Would you sacrifice yourself for the truth, or let someone else take the fall if they're not exactly innocent? I mean, I'm not trying to go to jail. But that said, the movie is not without its flaws. Some plot points feel a bit contrived. It raises some obvious questions that shouldn't have been ignored in the movie. And the dialogue in the jury deliberation room, where much of the movie takes place, could have been a little sharper, as I mentioned. But overall, the movie kept me invested. So, where does Juror number 2 stand? For letter grade, it earns a respectable B-. It's not Clint Eastwood's best, but it's a strong, thought-provoking legal drama that has me thinking about it even a few days after. This is the kind of movie that could have been made in any era, and it just works. Alright, for further viewing, if you guys are into courtroom dramas and moral dilemmas, I'd recommend 12 Angry Men, original or remake. It's a classic for a reason, and it dives deep into the psychology of jurors. It mostly takes place in that deliberation room, and it has that kind of dialogue that I was hoping for. And for something with a darker edge, try Primal Fear. It's a gripping legal thriller with a killer twist. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Let me know your thoughts on Juror number 2 if you've seen it. I'm a little late on this one. Thanks for watching. As always, see you on the next one.